Alright, here we go. We are almost finished with the fill, and then I will show you how to do the outline stitch, which is honestly just a stem, but we'll talk about that later, and you know how I feel about stems, and if you don't, I hate them. Anyway, yeah, so what we're going to start now is the short couch that's going to couch all those long ones down. This one, you'll see the thread, the original satin stitch went vertically. The long couch went horizontally, so in order to get these down, we're going to go vertically again. The most important part to remember here is keeping them close enough that they're holding the stitch down and keeping the stitches regular. So I'm going to start up here at the top again. So let me tack this down so it doesn't pop out and make me look ridiculous like it did last time. How's everybody doing? You enjoying this? Alright, there we go. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually not aiming for the satin stitch up here on the top. I'm not aiming for the satin stitch. I'm aiming for that first long couch. So I'm going to start, I'm not going to start right on the end. I'm going to start a little ways in. And a couch stitch goes up and down in the same hole. So what I'm doing is I'm coming up to the top. I'm looping around the threads that are there. I'm going right back into the same hole. And ta-da! I have couched it. This one's long enough. I'm probably going to get about 3 couch stitches on it. So I'm going up to the top, from the top, over and down. And one more on that line. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to come up, over, and down. So you can see how the texture of that first stitch, that first row, has completely changed because of the tacking. Usually what you do is you count about 2 threads on the satin, and that's where you stitch it down. It looks really good. You have a couple of options here. You can keep the same lines all the way down, or you can do an interlace line, which kind of looks, it's offset, so you're going to go into all the windows. So for example, I like mine offset. I do mine in windows. I'm a dancer, so sorry if I'm using a dance term. Windows means you're going to go in between the 2 couch stitches that you already did. So let me show you what that looks like. So I'm going to go all the way to the end on this one because I need some space. And that gives me a good place to start. So here's the couch stitch. Here's the couch stitch. So this couch stitch, I'll spit it out, is going to go right here. My head is really starting to hurt, so please let me know if you can't understand my speech. It gets pretty bad. So here we go. Stitch down. And you'll see the stitch is in the window between these 2 stitches. So I'm going to go between these 2 stitches and do the next one. So here's this one. Come on, there you go. I'm going to go under, back down, stitch down, and then I'm going to go, this one doesn't have one on this side because, you know, he's got a little round butt. So we're going to go on the other side, trying to keep our spacing about the same. And stitch it down like that. So that's 2 rows. So I'll do another couple and then I'll stop and finish it and post a picture of what his little butt looks like all nice and stitched down. But you're going to do this for every line all the way down to his foot. Everywhere you've laid a long couch, you're going to lay the short couch on the top and cover it up. So I'm going to start here. Go over, come in. I'm going to go halfway, in the windows between those two couches. And come down like this between those two couches. Yes, there's a little, sounds like a dragon battle going on in the background. Please forgive my very wiggly children who are not in bed yet. So, here is this. And one more row, and then I'll turn this video off. Feel free to ask any questions whenever, because that's kind of why I recorded these ahead of time. So you have my undivided attention to ask questions. Oops. There we go. So we're going to go here. There are actually not a lot of online tutorials for this stitch, which drove me absolutely insane. I had to beg and plead the kingdom to find me somebody, and Countess Kisa, I don't know if you've met her or not, wonderful, wonderful lady, decided to humor the poor little needle nut, and I'm going to copyright that term, needle nut, and show me how to do this via Skype. So that's how I learned to do this. Hopefully this is a little more permanent for you. So there is 4 rows. You can see the windows pretty clearly, I think. I'm going to finish up the rest of his leg and then take a picture of it and put it in the comments. And then I'm going to come back and show you how to stem stitch the rest. And we're almost finished.